Okay, today what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and replace the power control module, PCM, on this 1995 Pontiac Firebird 3.4 SFI with an automatic transmission. And where the PCM is this box right here. Pulled this out yesterday just to see if the connections were good. And what we found out was this has been replaced by a different power control module. So somebody replaced it before, and it might be the wrong one. We're going to go ahead and compare those numbers once we pull this one out and compare it with the one that we got from the wrecking yard. And if the numbers are different, that's one of our main problems. But if the numbers are the same, that means that the way the engine was running prior to my repairing it was what messed up this PCM. So let's go ahead and get this one out. What we got to do is take these two bolts out. There's two bolts right there. And then there's 3 plugs going to this unit. So those are 10 millimeters right there. So we're getting ready to pull this out. And then we'll put it beside the one that we just purchased and see if the numbers are the same. One of the things you have to do first is make sure that you take off your battery cables. Make sure your battery's disconnected when you do this job so you don't fry the new PCM. Here's the one we just purchased. It's from a wrecking yard. This one's from a 94 3.4 liter automatic transmission Camaro, which is the same car. And then here's the receipt for it. What we paid for this part was $40. And we get out the door with a PCM for $40. $43 with tax. So we're going to go ahead and pull this one out. We'll put it beside this one and make sure the numbers, these numbers are the numbers we're talking about here. And we'll see if they match with the one we pull out. The tools we need for this job are battery pliers, 3/8 drive ratchet, plus an extension, plus a 10 millimeter socket, plus this little screwdriver to remove the clips. So that's what we're getting ready to do. When it comes time to put the plugs back into the power control module here, they only go one way. So don't force them in there, because they will go in there. But see this blue one? Blue one goes down here, that one goes in, but it doesn't go in up here. See what I mean? It doesn't fit in here because there's little grooves. So the blue one goes down there. This one here goes up here, but it won't go over here. See? It goes here, but it won't go here. So this one goes into this one, and then this one goes back into here. So as long as you don't force them in and just make sure that you put the right plug back where it goes to on the computer, everything should be okay. Okay, we did notice a couple of different numbers. It may have been part numbers, but the main number where it says server number, this number here on top was the same number as the one going that we just replaced. This number was different, and so was this one. So we know we're in the right area. Okay, now we have to just go ahead and mount the other one up. Those are the wires, those are the connectors I was telling you about. They only go one way in there. Now we're ready to mount it back onto the fender well. Okay, it's installed. Hopefully that'll take care of some problems we've been having with emissions and random lights coming on the dash and just other little things that it may be causing problems with. Hopefully that took care of the problem. We'll sure soon find out, because we're getting ready to go for a test drive here in a minute. When you do put this back together, go ahead and take both your positive and negative cables, hold them together just like that for about 8 seconds, because what it does is it clears the codes and resets the computer. So it'll give it a fresh reboot. So we're going to go ahead and put it back together, start it up, see what we come up with, and we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, now we have the battery hooked back up. We've got the PCM installed, Powertrain control module. Some people call it engine control module. But we got it all hooked back up, so all we have to do now is fire it up, see if it took care of our problem, drive it to make sure the memory gets to where it's supposed to be on the computer, and then hopefully that took care of our problem. Because we've done enough to make it pass emissions, hopefully that'll do it. That's how you remove and replace a powertrain control module on a 1995 Pontiac Firebird 3.4 liter SFI automatic transmission.